All right, everyone, welcome back to Farm Sim 25 and Hof Bergmann. Just want to let you guys know I've made a few changes. Make sure everything's working quickly. And we are going to do things a little bit differently than what I had planned in the past. After I've played with the butcher shop a little bit, gotten it figured out, it's too unnecessarily graphic to even open the door when it's in production. For those of you that are squeamish, there's blood on the walls, there's animals hanging, it's very, very graphic, and I think it's very unnecessary. So I may use it in a very limited capacity, but we're going to be selling a lot of the animals directly. We're not going to be using the butcher shop. Yes, you get quite a bit more money for the butcher shop, but if I use it at all, it's going to be used when it's not in production because it's very, very sensitive. I have tested it on a couple of our pigs, and the process is unnecessary. I won't even open the door right now because it's working. We're going to stick to the productions that are very clean, like the bread, the cheese, the milk, all that stuff. We'll stick to those, and I'm also going to start doing the cow. Not the cows. The horses. I'm going to get those running also. Let's see, is that running now? Yes, it is. Okay. So we're going to be doing that instead. If you choose to use the butcher shop, more power to you, but be aware it's very graphic. From the time you bring an animal in to the whole process to the time it's finished. Once the products are finished, all the gore goes away. But I just think it's very unnecessary. So, like I said, we're going to be focusing on just getting things set up, and I'm going to turn off seasons, which I've already done, because it is a very, very slow process for live streaming. I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm going to just do no seasons. I've shortened it to 2-day seasons. Well, in quote, seasons. And we're going to work on getting our cow pasture set up, the finishing done, and we're also going to get the horses set up so I can start making money that way. I do have a contract worker working right now. He is down on field 61 doing some plowing. So we're going to do that. And we're going to take a look at also getting the orchard up and running. I can afford to buy the orchard, and that is a pretty safe thing. So I'm just going to jump down there. We're going to take a look at it. Looks pretty general. Okay, no problem. So we're just going to buy that and get that going. So I'm still working for doing a bunch of different items for the orchards and different things, but I'm just not going to show the graphic stuff. That said, let's get busy. Let's see, what do I need for this? Let me check the production. Oh, you can produce applesauce. Okay, that's cool. Let's see. Where's my apple orchard? I think it just takes water, but I'm not sure. Apple juice, applesauce. Okay, so it takes apples. But where's my orchard so I know what I need to do to bring there? Excuse me, I just had lunch and my throat's not quite figured out how to behave itself yet. I'm assuming we need to bring water over here. But, let's see, own active productions, apple tree. Okay, so is that my thing? Is an apple tree? Apple juice? No. Applesauce? No. I guess what I'm going to have to do is just go get my water container and bring it over here because it's not showing on my productions list. There's nothing available. Okay, so, well, let's just go get some water in a water tank and bring it over here and figure out what we need to do. Hop back to the farm. And you're going to see me hopping quite a bit. It's just too much work to be running back and forth to get vehicles. First of all, I'm looking for my tractor, my little one. Can I hop over? Hey, there we go. So, yeah, it's just one of those things where I've had to make a few decisions on the thing simply because, again, graphic quality, and I just don't like the idea of having that much graphicness in my streams. So we are going to raise horses and cows and sell them directly unless I do the butchery on a very limited basis. That said, let's get the water up to the orchard. I know I need a bigger vehicle or bigger water tanker. Right now I haven't thought about buying a new one yet. Give me 1 second to clear my throat again. Okay, there we go. Okay, so let's take this down to the apple orchard. And I gotta find my way there, because I'm not exactly sure what the path is to get down there. So I'm assuming... Now, let me pull off the road here for just a second and look at the map so I'm not going the wrong way. I need to get down here. So, oh, I can go out the back gate of my farm and down the road. That'll be faster. Let's go that way. So we're gonna go down and get the water brought down to our orchard and get that started. That's a safe one to do, so, and it's very easy to run. So we're gonna do that, and I'm probably gonna put a water spigot down there so I don't have to drag water all the way up here. And hopefully by shutting seasons off, the crops will become ready to farm very quickly so we can do that again and start getting a little more forward movement in here. Looks like I go down this way. And I might be trying a new map. I've seen it on a couple different channels that it looks really intriguing on how they've done it. It's called the Sunken Paradise or Sunken something. I'm not quite sure what it's called. But it's basically a flooded area that you have to get rid of the water while making things work. So I might try that one too. And again, my throat is not cooperating. Be right back. Okay, let's try that again. I'm going to be doing a roundabout direction here because I think the road goes down further, but I turned too soon. So we're just going to go this way. Let's try to stay off the beaten path here as much as I can of people's fields. Yep, the road comes down around and back up. Okay, so I turned too soon. That's okay. We'll get that going. We'll start making some apple juice and applesauce once the apples are ready. Come on, go forward. Alright, so, I know absolutely nothing about this area, so we're gonna have to figure out where we drop water to each one of these. Do we have to water each tree? I do not see a trigger popping up on any of the oh, there it was. Where did I see it pop up at? It's very touchy by the looks of it here. Come on, you popped up just a second ago. There it is, water. Yeah, it's going to be very touchy where the triggers are on this. I might have to do some painting on the ground so I know where they're at. I think I missed this one. See, that's one thing I'm not real happy about with Hof Bergmann is he doesn't mark any of his triggers. So they're very, very hard to find. Alright, gotta have this. I don't know why I have that refill bucket fillable. I've been trying to find it and I cannot find the area. I'm gonna go ahead and mark these with a little bit of paint just so I have a reference in the future. Excuse me. Painting, we're just gonna do a little patch of forest ground so I can see roughly where I have to be with the trailer. And I know it ruins the aesthetic, but I need to know roughly where I'm going with this stuff because it's frustrating not knowing where to go with the product. That one I missed too by the looks of it. Okay. I wish there was just a central watering point, like a irrigation system you could turn on. That would be cool. I am not finding the triggers. Apple juice production, apple production. So I can't even do that. Let's see if these show up. Water 119. Building storage 74. Excuse me again, guys. My throat is just not cooperating once again. Ah, water storage tank. Okay, there we go. Whoops, wrong way. Can I get back over to the orchard, please? Come on, there you go. Evidently, he has a water storage tank that I don't know. Whoops, I missed another trigger. I don't know if it's an automatic watering system or if we have to come down and put water here or what. There's no guidance in his release notes. So we are gonna be depending on Farmer Klein for his how-to Hof Bergmann. Don't get me wrong, I do love the map, but just this no trigger markers and things like that really gets frustrating. You spend more time looking for triggers than you do getting stuff done. Okay, so come on, where's my triggers? Okay, I'm gonna put some water in here and see if it does the trick. Start filling. Nope, it doesn't do what I think it does. Dump the water. I'm not going to dump all of it though because it looks like it's just a storage place where you can bring water down and nothing else. Okay, so just to verify, I do have interactive triggers on, right? Oops, wrong button. General settings. Interactive zone markers are on. Yes, they are. He just doesn't have them. Alright, so bear with me while I try to find out where the triggers are. Right there's one. Okay. Oh, this is frustrating having to do this. But I guess I'll have to do it. I'm just going to mark it that I have to be in this square to do the trigger. Now it says cannot be performed here. Are you actually leaving water? Or are you being difficult? Okay, it looks like the trailer is doing something. It's got a little spout here in the back that keeps dropping water, but I do not know. Okay, no spare capacity. Now, there's another trigger. And that's no extra space. Okay. Okay, that's there. Yeah, this is going to be frustrating if I have to hunt and peck for the triggers. Okay, they seem to be a little further out, maybe. Okay, come on. There's got to be a trigger here somewhere. And they appear to be just momentary flashes of triggers. They're not very big at all. Okay. Unfortunately, it's this kind of thing that's going to make me stop playing the map, because it's just, you spend too much time searching for triggers. It's just frustrating. Sorry, I'm quite frustrated right now, because nothing is marked. Okay, well, I'm just going to leave this down here, because I'm obviously going to have to look at Barbara Klein's video, because without having triggers marked, this is going to take me hours to figure out where the heck his spots are. I mean, you see the trailer every once in a while spit out some water, like right there. I don't know if that's actually a process or what. I have no idea. Okay, so it's building storage 119. Is that something that... Is that 119 in it? No, that says 921 in it. So that one shows 119. That one shows empty. Okay, so it is each individual tree that you have to do. Okay, there's a trigger right there. Okay. Very, very frustrating, because I can't see where I need to mark. Okay, so there's a trigger right there. Okay, now it says it can't be performed there. Grr. Come on, where is it? There we go. Okay, itty bitty little bit of water. Yeah, this could be very frustrating. No indicators. Alright, I'm just going to leave this here, because I want to get other stuff done in the map, and I'm sorry I'm getting frustrated so quickly, but I'm finding more and more, if you're doing some of the other areas, he's got no triggers. That makes it very, very hard to see what you're doing. And I want to get more done than just piddle around with trying to find triggers on trees. I'll do that off camera. I would like to continue getting the pasture up and running for the beef cows. Excuse me again while my throat decides to be difficult. Alright, let's try that again. So, yeah, I'll figure that out off camera. I might have to watch Farmer Klein again, which in a way is very, very frustrating on this map, that you got to keep going back to somebody who spent hours and hours and hours trying to figure out where all the triggers are and getting things going on this map. So I definitely suggest this map. It's a fun map to play, but be prepared for gore in the butcher shop, and also frustration trying to find triggers on some of the stuff. Let's see, what do we need to do? I need to let that contract finish, and then I need to look at my productions here again. Alright, let's open this up, and we're going to put our cheese away. Okay, I apologize, guys. I wish I could be a little more patient on some of this stuff, but so many maps in the farming game now are getting detailed. They're wonderfully detailed maps, but they're going away from traditional markings, so it's very hard to locate where things are at sometimes. And I'm one of those that would just as soon have a little marker, like half the size of what Giants uses as default, and something that can show me where things are. So, that's got milk in it too. Okay, cream, gotta do manual. Okay, cream, 164. Come on, fill the bucket, please. I can't tell if my bucket's got anything in it. Nope, it's not. Where is my bucket trigger? Come on. Nope. That's not it either. Materials missing milk. What? It has milk in it. Cream separator milk missing. I get it. Okay. Deep breath. Productions. Cream production. There isn't any milk, but I'm trying to get the cream out of it so I can get more butter in processing, but it's not letting me get the trigger. Which, do I have to have the cream separator on maybe to get it? I don't know. Turn on separator. No process. Okay. So, is it distributing over to the butter churn? Is that what it's doing? No active destructions. Butter churn. Storing. Activate. There's no cream. Okay. Alright, so cream. I'm going to have to change the output mode from that to storing so I can actually fill it in again. Hey Bruiser, how's it? I'm doing fine. I'm just frustrated with this. It says, I always assume PC players could look deeper into games like where things are, hidden things are. You can, but with Farm Sim, it requires digging into XML files, and I'm not in the mood to dig into XML files or go into Giant's editor just to find out where things are. I do not like that sort of thing. And Giant's editor is very hard to navigate if you're not familiar with it. Can I fill my bucket, please? Grr. It's really gonna annoy me. What do I have in here? Do I have anything? Fill it up with cream. Alright, let's see if I can get the cream here. Can I offload the cream into here? Probably not. So it's going to be difficult. Come on, back up. Grr. I'm stuck. I am not having a good day in this game today. Let's try again. Alright, so I gotta go empty the cream out of my thing, and he doesn't have any kind of sell point on here that you can empty the cream in other than that. So I put down a trigger way in the back of the yard, which I shouldn't have done. But I get tired of trying to figure all this crap out some days. Yeah, Bruiser, it's a Greek thing, especially if you're not familiar with computers. It's very hard to figure out some of this stuff. Luckily, I have enough XML experience that I can figure out where things are, and I'm a 3D graphic artist. Well, a wannabe 3D graphic artist. So I can navigate things in Giant's editor a little bit. But for the common consumer, like if you were to start playing PC games, and Farm Sim an example, you shouldn't have to search for triggers. Mark them on the ground if you don't want to have a flashing trigger, but mark it somehow so people can find them. Or have a central dump point where you can fill it up. It's just, in Farm Sim especially, common courtesy. So, don't know where the on-off button is. Sometimes I think we're all better off if we don't know where things are, you know? So, I'm just gonna sell the cream straight out to get it out of my little wagon here. And then instead of walking all the way back with this, I'm gonna pick it up, because we walk so slow in this game. And I'm sorry I'm getting frustrated with it, but I love Farm Sim, yet I'm not that happy with 25, which is, I've heard a lot of people say that. They either love it or they hate it. And I'm one of those people that is torn. I love the game, but FS25 is just not my favorite. Let's dump this into the milk storage. And get that done. Okay, how much do I have stored? I have 1,900 of low-fat milk, which I think I need to take up to the dairy to get that done. Okay, now let's park this over here. Now that I've had a frustrating start to this day. Are the cows ready to milk again, or can I do that off screen? Cows only have 187 milk, so that doesn't need to be done. It's still the same day where I left off the previous video. So as soon as this contract is finished that I have my worker working on, I am going to, oh, it's completed, good. Collect, and then I'm going to go get my tractor, bring that home. Oops, too many, there we go. Bring that home, so I don't forget where it's at. And yeah, I'll figure that out off camera and mark the spots so I can actually get it going. I would love to just be super fast, do this, do that, do this. I can't because there's a lot of things that are unmarked on this map. So, and yes, the map still is a work in progress, but yeah. On the way back here, we're going to take a look at what I need to do to finish that beef pasture. And we're going to do that as soon as I get back to the farm, which is a little bit of a distance away. Then I think we'll sleep and get the fresh day started. I need to get little piglets again, get them fed. I need to finish the cow pasture, and hopefully by then the fields will be ready to harvest so I can do more work there. I know the grass will be ready to harvest, so that I can do some mowing and get some more grass made, that doesn't sound right, grass harvested. And if it was for money, I would just sell a bunch of the silage I have made up, but I'm not really too worried about money in this one, except to buy extra productions. Let's get back to the farm with this. And let's see, we put this up here. Plow up in this little storage area. Now my firewood needs to be sold again too, but I'm out of wood in the firewood. I checked that earlier. So we need to do a contract or two off camera probably to get that running again. But we're going to focus on the rest of the animals. I'm going to park right here and just run up to the pasture over here. This is just a short distance, and it's faster just to run. Alright, so we have a good start here. What's the next step? A bale feeder I need to get from that shop. Okay, so we got a start of a thing. Let's go get a bale feeder. And get that down. And then I think I need water containers also, but I'm just going to buy the bale feeder. And maybe one water container. Let's grab the truck. Alright, let's go up to the animal dealer and grab our stuff we need to get that pasture sort of finished. Then we're going to take a look at what we need at the horses. I know I'm going to need hay bales for them, or hay, a way of getting hay over to them. So we're going to need to do that. And horses, I have horse helper turned on, and I also have better horse value turned on, just to give me a little bit of a burst of extra information here. I need to look where the horse, or the animal dealer is, because I don't remember. Where's the animal dealer? Right there. That's the animal shelter. Animal shelter, by the way, is where you take the waste product from the butchery. You have to take it up there to donate it. You can't sell it. So That's another reason I'm not doing much with the butchery. The waste product you donate. But I mean, whatever. It's your choice if you want to do it. Like, I'm going to do it. I'll do it, but I'm going to do it with the door closed in a very limited basis. So. Let's see. I need to go in here and get a bale feeder. Okay. So I'm going to get the bale feeder and one of the waterers. Come on. Open the store for me, please. Oh, let's see. Of course it's gotta be. Come on, switch back to my controller, please. Come on. Stop refilling. I want to open the store. Does this have hours or something? Hours? What the heck? Okay, so it's open. 9 a.m. to 2200. 2200 is 8 o'clock, so that's actually 10 o'clock. But why is this trigger not working now? Nope. Nope. Open store, says me. Weird, I can't open that trigger. Well, let me save the game and reload, because something's going on here that I can't do the triggers. Or maybe I'll go to the fresh day and see. Sorry, this is going to take me a second here to take care of this. But it's just one of those things that you never know what's causing things. And with me changing all of the seasons and everything, it could have messed something up in the game, which I hope it didn't, because I don't want to restart. Bruiser, sounds a bit overkill in some parts, no pun intended. Absolutely, it's overkill in a lot of places. Like I said, it's a fun map to play, but number one downside is no visible triggers on some things. Number two downside is the graphicness of the butchery. That's another thing I don't like. I was watching Farmer Klein. If you guys want to see it, he has a video on how to use the butchery and things. And he even has a great big disclaimer that comes up on the screen. Very graphic, blah, 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 blah. Do not look. And I tried it just to, with a pig from our farm, just to see what it was. And I watched the entire process on time lapse. And it was stupid graphic. So, yeah, word of warning. And I have this loaded on a NVMe drive. It should be blazing fast, but it takes forever to load a map. Which Farm Sim has always done. It's taken a long time to load map. Come on. Done. Okay, now let's jump over to our vehicle. See if that helped. No, it did not, because there's something that doing refill bucket, and I don't know if I just broke my game or not by doing this. Anyway, let's see. F12, we're gonna do product. I need to do mods and DLCs, and I need to do a bale feeder. We're gonna do one, and then I'll just take $1,000 off my money to do it, because obviously it's not going to open for me, so it's just whatever. $1,000, probably more than what it costs me, but I'm not in the mood to deal with it right now. Where's my thing? And if I didn't have dev controls, it would be a nightmare in this game. Alright, so since this is so huge, I don't have space for the water tank. And I'm not sure if you need one or two of the water tanks for the, the beef process. Oh man, you guys gotta... It's got a major crash hazard going on there again. Anyway, let's go take this to our pasture and drop it off. Okay, we're gonna zoom around this car because I'm impatient. We're gonna go here. And air brakes on that truck make no sense whatsoever, but okay. Let's see, where do I need this at? Over there. See if I can be a little bit official. Ah, this gate's too narrow. You gotta hit it dead on or you're not getting through. Alright, so we gotta take the feeder and put it... Where did it go? Did it go in place? The heck? Damage 1%. Did it take it? Bale feeder, yes it did. Required materials, next step. It... What did it just do? I don't know. Let me set my time. I forgot I had it on 0.5 while I was messing with the butchery. Okay, so... Is that actually counting down now, or is it something I need to do? Okay, so it ate my feeder. Well, that's not good. Let's see, F12, another bale feeder, because it's deciding it's going to absolutely be difficult. Required bale feeder. This is a bale feeder. Now, where does it go? Over here, like the calf bundle. Okay, got it. Now I need 2 of the water things. I'm just gonna get them. I'm just, yeah. What is the name of them? Because I have to look it up. I need water container. Okay. And I'm just gonna spawn 2 of them and take money off my thing. Oops, let's go backwards. It's gonna be shorter list here. Water container. Do fill and fill. Alright. So this is what you'd have to do. Oh, I took it again. There we go. Okay. Now, this should be finished, I think. Wire fence. What are these? Fence posts. Okay. Again, F12. I like the idea of doing this, but I'm just not in the mood today. It's my wire fence. Oh, this is going to be a nightmare. General. Is it under there? No. Is it under farm products? No, it shouldn't be all. So it should be there. Is it under fence by any chance? Oops, did I go over it? Okay, well, I'm gonna cheat a little bit here. We're gonna put down the store deliveries, and then, well, that isn't gonna work because I can't activate that trigger. Grr. Okay, so it is a... Oh, I'm looking at the wrong thing completely. It's pasture wire fence that I need. Duh. Let's see. Pasture. Almost there. Pasture wire fence. I'm just going to get 1 pallet, and then I will take money off in a second here. How much more does it need? 800. Oh, man. I'm going to have to get some more of those. Grr. Alright, we're just going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because I don't know how much this costs, so I'll just take like $100 per thing off. 100 meters. Okay, 700. Okay, so I'm gonna need 2 more by the looks of it. But since that trigger's not working, I don't have any other way of doing this, so bear with me. I think I might have broke the game when I shut off seasons and everything. Maybe it'll reset once it goes over the 8 hours. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, I still need 3 more rolls. 1, 2, 3. And then I'm just going to take another $1,000 off because I don't know how much that costs. Whoops, wrong side. It's got to be down here. And this is easy dev tools that I'm using. It's just much easier to play the game sometimes when you get into problems like this where triggers don't work and things. You can spawn stuff in that you need. And this should be enough to get that going. Okay, cattle pasture is finished. Okay. Now, let's get the animals in here and get them started. Let's see. Let's do Angus in this one. We're gonna do a bunch of 6-month-old ones. We'll do... How much money is this gonna end up costing me? And I can do 75, so we're gonna do 20 for 20,000. Sure. Alright. We got 20 6-month-old Angus. Brown Angus? Okay, cool. So we got animals. Now I gotta get water down here, and I've gotta get food. Which they take... Should be like hay, but I can do TMR also. Again, the bad thing about this feeder that is used right here is you have to put the stuff in this opening. There's not a trigger outside that I've found. So, let's go back to the farm. I forgot to open the gate. Let's see, his gate should be here. Let's go get them some stuff. Okay, so, come on, get out of the way. Okay, shut the gate. Right there. Alright, so we have it all figured out. Got that going. And this is, like, very frustrating. I mean, I like it, but make sure if you want to use seasons, you have to do it from the very beginning. Sometimes it'll cause a lot of problems if you don't. Let's see. I need another water tank, because that's only 2,000 liters for the one I have down at the orchard, which is probably going to stay at the orchard just for usability and stuff. Let's see. Water containers will be under animals. He's got some stuff in his LSFM items too here. Nope, wrong one. Transport barrels. That one takes 2,500. That's 7,500. That's 18,000. We'll do the 7,500. Customize, and I'm gonna change the color of it to like a light blue, so I know it's water. And buy. Yes. Alright, so we've had a very expensive foray, and I just spawned the water tank down in the pasture. So now we gotta go get it. That's okay. Short jaunt. Now he has a little tanker truck that would be fantastic to have, but it's very expensive. I'll show you the truck here in just a second, what I'm referring to. Okay, so let's get some water for these guys. Go back to the farm and get it. Yui here in the yard so I can turn around and get out the gate without too much hassle. Come on. Will you load the water, please? I don't want to fight with you. There we go. But as I mentioned earlier, the map I'm thinking about doing in another series is called the Underwater Sanctuary. Basically, the entire map is flooded, except for your little farm. And then as you buy and grow things and do things, you can actually pay money to drain the land. It's kind of like disaster recovery kind of thing. But I'm tempted to try that one in a series, just for one or two times, just to see what it's about. I've seen some of the bigger YouTubers doing it, and actually I haven't seen hardly any of the bigger ones that I normally watch doing it, but it's kind of a neat concept. Something a little different than just farming. Oh, I missed the gate. He needs to make those just a tiny bit bigger. So you don't have to hit them square just to get in here. Water delivery for you gentlemen and ladies. And then I'm gonna go get some TMR, probably in bags maybe. I don't know for sure how I'm gonna do the TMR. Simply for the fact that, like I said, it has to be put inside that feeder if I remember correctly. Because it's the same one that Giants uses on their Kinleg items, and it does that too. But we're going to try it with just a trailer load of TMR, and we'll see what it pops up. And if that's the case, I'll take and make a bunch of TMR and bale it, so I have it in bales for the pastures, which is a task in itself. Park that back over here. And for those of you that do actually use bales, thanks to Farmer Klein, I found out that this little storage area here is actually bale storage. It can hold a capacity of 4,500 liters. So 4,500 liters really isn't a lot when you think about bales, because they're, well, it says 20 of 150. Can you take these? No. Well, how am I have a 20 of... Oh, he gives you starting bales. Okay. Ignore me. But anyway, it holds, what did I say, 500 bales? Okay, so that's a fairly decent size. I was thinking it was smaller sized. But that's your bale storage if you're using bales on your farm. Where's my trailer at? Right there. I need to load up some TMR out of my mixer. Hopefully I have some made. And we're only going to take like maybe 10,000 over there if I have some made. If not, I guess I'm going to have to make some TMR. Actually, let me check the pasture and see what they need for sure. Just so I'm not talking out the nose here. Yep, they do take TMR. They can do silage, clover. The red beets I just don't understand. I know it's additional thing, but one of those things where you just kind of go, Okay. So we'll take 4,500 over there and see if it goes in without having to have bales. If it's bales, I'm probably going to have to bag up some and take it over and put it in the, yeah, that. Put it in the triggers. Because Giant's trigger, you have to put a bale inside of it to get it to work. I've never figured out why they do that, but anyway. And if one of you have a different method that it works to use this feeder, please let me know in the comments, because I have not got it to work without bales and triggers. Maybe he's taken a different way of doing it and seen if we can do it this way. Okay, this one does have a trigger. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And it's a big trigger. Alright, so they have food. Thank goodness I didn't have to fight with that. They have 4,500, which is just a drop in the bucket. We'll have to mix up some more TMR, because I think I only had 29,000, and I still have to feed the other cows, too. So that's going to be a big process of mixing TMR and stuff for them, because I have to do it bucket by bucket. And that's one thing that's really kind of hard to do. And this is where I wish he had a bigger gate, so you didn't have to hit it 100% square. To get through. Oh, come on, get off of there. Okay, I am not gonna fight with that. Get... Oh, let's just throw the tractor. Okay. Come on, get off the fence. Oh, lordy sakes, I'm having a day. Okay, let's try this again. Oh, what a day, what a day, what a day. Alright. Never heard of a cow eating red beets. Me neither, and I don't know if it's something they do over in Germany. I've never heard of cows eating red beets. I've heard parsnips and stuff like that to add to their TMR, but I've never heard the red beets. So I'm just like, huh. So anyway, the cows have a little bit of food to keep going on. I'll mix up a bunch more TMR, because I think the regular cows need TMR too, so I might as well give them a little bit. Actually, let's take a look at it quick and see what they need. Okay, so I got plenty of slurry. Food, 18,000. They're good for quite a while. So yeah, calves are growing. I got calves back in the other thing, but I'm gonna quickly run up to the house, and we're gonna sleep, and then we'll start all over again. See if I can get myself organized on this. And I'm looking down purposely because I don't like to see sexy women on my walls. Sorry. Where's my sleep trigger? Oh, please don't tell me all triggers are not working. Okay. Well, I guess I'll have to do time passage the other way. Lordy sakes, what a day. Let's just go 360. And we'll wait. I'm hoping that when this kicks over to the overnight time, that it will actually allow me to redo my triggers and stuff. I didn't test this before I went live, which I should have done, but, you know. We're just gonna wander around. This should be done. So it's nice and clean in here now. But I've got some meat to deliver. I guess we could do that. We'll take it out here and get ready to deliver it. But it spawns right here. It is definitely not something I'm going to show on stream. Alright, come on. Get to 2300. 2300, okay, 1 more hour. And we should kick over to the daytime and... yeah. And hopefully my trigger will work. Let's slow time back down. Sometimes it just has to kick over to a new day, technically. Or the triggers start to work again. Nope. Triggers aren't working. Great! This is going to be wonderful. Alright, well, we're just going to have to work with what we've got. I will leave this on faster just to get to daytime so you guys don't have to watch me work in the dark. And turn on my headlamp. Do the best I can to help you guys out seeing. How much food do we have? Come on, show me the food. Alright, health 100%, food 1000. I gotta feed you guys. Alright, do I have any slop mixed up back here? No, I do not. Only 131 units. Let's get this going, I guess. And unfortunately, I can't see what I'm doing very good. So number one, it's inside a building. And number two, I'm not a fan of this Schaefer. You turn a little too sharp and it wants to tip over. But it's the easiest way I've found to get potatoes into the steamer. So... and I do have pig food mixed up, but like I said, I want to try and at least use up the potatoes I have laying on the ground in there, making potatoes, or making the feed this way. Oh, come on. Oh, I guess I gotta open the thing first. Open says me. How do I open you? Turn off. Can I have my controls, please? This is not being nice to me today. I think I broke my game. That's what I wanted to do, was open it. And now it says cannot be produced here because no spare capacity for potatoes. Don't dump them on the ground. Alright, now is this full of potatoes? 242. It's better than nothing. But yeah, I think I broke my map, guys. By turning off seasons. Oops. Come on, set up. Oops. Slow down a little bit. I think I broke my map. Hopefully it'll straighten itself out once seasons gets turned off, but that's my own fault because I shut off seasons mid-game, and that's not usually a good thing to do. But seasons was moving way too slow for me. And I do not want to start Hof Bergmann over again. I don't know how much water this takes. I have no idea. Come on, dump the water. Even this isn't working right. Come on, dump the bucket. Well. Alright, so we're gonna turn that off. And we're gonna close this, make sure it's turned on. Which it is. Open, and this has anything in it. It has crops in it, but it doesn't have anything good in it. So let's go get rid of the potatoes and get a little bit of grain. Do that. And get stuck on the gate, because I can't drive. That's perfect. And I'm not sure why the triggers would be broke by shutting off seasons. That usually doesn't affect too much stuff, but it is entirely possible that that is what's caused it. So, I don't know. And if it is broke, like I said, I'm not going to restart the map again because I've already restarted it twice, and I don't want to do it a third time. I'll just move on to a different map if they continue to be broken. I had grand plans to do in this game too. Darn it. Don't bounce off of things. Yeah, it's definitely not a thing you want to mess with. It can really screw up things. I mean, if you like the slow seasons, like play where you see the winter, you see the change of the seasons, everything like that, it's amazing. And if you want to be a slave to growing times and seasons, that's amazing to do it that way. But for the most part, I find it a hassle. Because then, oh, for God's sake, will you please get down where you're supposed to be? For the most part, I find seasons a very slow progress in the game. I do like precision farming, though, because it kind of limits what you have to do with the fertilizer. It limits the amount of fertilizer and lime that you use. I cannot talk and think right now. So you don't end up spending a fortune on lime and things to get things going. But that's about the only thing I like about it. Otherwise, I'm not into the whole precision farming, you gotta have it perfect kind of thing. Hey, we're back almost to daylight. Alright, let's get this going again. Out of space. Oh, lordy sakes. Lordy sakes! You're distributing. Why are you out of space? Something's not right here. Let's see. Let me turn the speed down for time. And then we're going to look at productions and grain mill, grist mill. That's what I'm looking at. Distributing, inactive, activate. Okay, it's out of... Okay. It's not distributing like it's supposed to either now. Wonderful. Can I fill you up this way? No. I gotta figure out what that refill bucket fillable thing is. It's not working, obviously. Okay, let's see. Turn this on. Do this. Change output, storing. And see if I can do it that way. It might be that the... I never thought about it. It might be that this is full. Waiting for potatoes. Yeah, it's wrong thing. Let's see. Pig feed production. Yeah, it's full on grain here, so it can't kick it over. Why is this not activate? Okay, that's working again. So yeah, it's a bunch of little things going on now that I think I might have broken my game. I'm not sure. Oh, now it's kicking out bags of grist. Okay, cool. I'm just going to leave this sit here because it's going to be difficult. I'm going to change this back to distributing once my game decides it's going to save yet again. Grain grist, storing, output, distributing. Okay. So now that this is working again, it's making pig slop, which is 243. We'll go ahead and do this. And I apologize for this zooming in and out constantly. It's all to do with the camera collisions mod and a few other things that I got going. And it's not... Why are you not allowing me to fill? Grr. Again, it's that refill bucket fillable, and I don't know what is going on with that. I don't have any mods that are associated with buckets, and I don't know why this is doing this. So I'm going to have to put it on distributing and hope it works, or put it on storing. I don't know. I do not know what's going to make it work. Where is... Stop refilling. Yep, there's something that's throwing a thing here. I was just looking for a trigger. Turn off pig mixing station, production point. Pig feed production set to distributing, and it's not doing it like it's supposed to. So, let's see. I always do 1 day seasons, and it's slow during winter. Oh yeah, very slow. I do like the seasonal changes. That's one thing I do like about the game. Giants has done a very nice job of making it look good. Are we going to feed them, or are we going to... Oh, lordy. Yeah, Giants has done a very nice job of the... hang on, let me get my brain going forward here once I get this done. Rabbit enclosure, where is the pig barn? There it is. Okay, they're full. They're full on food now. I'm just going to leave this sit back here so it's easily accessible. Alright, anyway, Giants has done a very nice job on doing the seasonal changes on the trees and things. It's just that I don't find the mechanics of seasons to be good. I used to like the other items back in 19 when you had the different what were they called? I don't remember. The seasonal packages you could put on where each one would have a different one. So if you were like in Wales, you could do a certain seasonal growth period, or if you're in Minnesota, you could do another seasonal growth period, or you're in Florida or wherever. I don't like the one in 25 because it is generic and it does not work for a lot of different places. They don't have enough milk to do anything with, and slurry I don't know if I'll put on the thing. Do we have any more milk? Cheese put away? We do, but I'm not worried about it right now. Alright. So now that we're back here, let's check on a few things here. I'm gonna just run down to the cows, make sure they're still good, and check on my grass. The grass, clover actually, needs nitrogen. Of course it does. So we'll go put some of that on it. It's ready to mow again too. Cows are 100%. Where'd they go? They all laying down? Yeah, they're all laying down, sleeping or resting. Okay. Thought they disappeared for a second. I was like, no, don't do that to me. Alright, so we do have mowing that can be done. This one needs nitrogen. I'll probably do that in a minute here. What does this big grass field need? Actually, this is barley. That's good. Grass field needs what up here? It's got decent nitrogen. I should give it a little push, but I'm going to mow them first and then I'll do this stuff. Now, if I wanted to do the horse farm, see now, in my mind, this should be part of your main farm, but he's got it as a separate thing that, no way I can afford it. So we won't be doing horses either. But anyway, let's see. We need to do grass mowing, and I need to do, fertilizing. So we will grab one of our tractors, probably the bigger tractor, so it doesn't tip my vehicle over when I put the sprayer on the back of it. And actually we're going to mow first, I said, so let's go get our mower set up on. And I want to see if I have any mower setups in the used market, which I've added the used equipment mod, which doesn't seem to be working either. It's just, yeah. Okay. Absolute. Oh, lordy, 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 lordy. My game's not doing hardly anything it's supposed to do right now. So we have just the Backmore. I think we have the Samas. Is that what I have? I don't even know. Yeah, I have the Samas. Okay, so if I was to buy the front mower for the Samas, that's 14,000, and that would add an extra 3.4 meters. Actually, quick mow, what is this? Main color, 3.1 meters. Well, heck, if I can buy this for half the price I can of the other one, because the big Samas, so the front mower, is 14,000, and that's only 5. Heck yeah. I'm going to do this, and I'll just turn it to a green of some sort here to kind of matches the other one. Fent, John Deere. We'll do dudes for a green. So it kind of matches the other one. And we're going to buy it, because I want a front mower for my tractor. All right. And you know what? My sales point is still in the cow pasture, so let's bring that back here. And then we gotta go to the cow pasture and get my mower and reset it. And it reset it, but where did it reset it to? Because it's not here. Okay, where did it reset it to? Right up there. Okay, for some reason it didn't put my reset point down here where I told it to. Anyway, there's some weird stuff going on with my game since I did some changes, and yeah. Alright, so let's get the front mower. This does have a front mower attachment, and I'm going to run over it in the process. We're going to limp along on Hof Bergmann for a little bit, and if it gets to be too much of a hassle with the triggers not responding and stuff, I'm just going to switch to a different map because I really don't want to deal with triggers not working and everything. And as much as I played this game, I should know better than to turn off seasons in the... What am I doing? I don't want that. Where's my mower? Oh, mower's over the other thing. Over in the other storage, over here. Yeah, I'm sorry I'm so disjointed today. It's just too many things are going wrong. Keep a nice, smooth, performance here. Like dropping the front mower off, and I'm not lined up for this one. That's why it's not triggering. There we go. Let's go more clover. And I really don't like clover on maps unless you're, a person that really insists on using clover for their cows and stuff, because it makes a different product that is very hard to get it to mix in with stuff. Like this will give me a clover windrow, so I have to be very careful about how I do this. When I do this, I can't pick up, when I do the grass pickup is what I'm trying to say. When I do that, I can't get the regular grass and the clover mixed in together. Otherwise it doesn't work well. But anyway, because when you put it in the windrow, or if it happens to pick up grass first, if it doesn't get above 5%, then it will pick up the clover with no problem. But if it's over 5% grass, then it will pick up clover. So it's kind of a little bit of a pain. So I would prefer to just do grass. But I understand that it's a different product and it's just, you know, ease of usage, just prefer grass. Alright, lift up the front so I don't mow that anymore. I really don't need this grass right now, but I'm just doing it for something to do, number one. And I could bale it and just sell it, because I have plenty of hay in stock right now. Although I will need to increase that as the beef herds and stuff start adding. So we'll see. Alright, bring the front mower up so I don't mow a bunch of extra grass that I don't need. And I think I will dig this up and make it actually a grass field instead of clover, just for ease of use. Not that I really need this much grass. I might even actually turn it into a different crop of some sort. Because all three of my arable fields are right now put into barley. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that. My plan had been to do the brewery, get that up and running, but at $1.4 million to buy the brewery, not going to work as well as I had hoped. And I could cheat in a bunch of money, give myself, you know, millions of dollars or whatever to get this going, but I sometimes don't like to play that way, because it just makes the whole game meaningless if you cheat in like $200 or $300 million and don't have to work for anything. It makes it kind of meaningless. Unless, of course, you're on 16x map, then, you know, 4x or 16x map, then you have to have more money because the fields are generally huge. But I would like to try that underwater sanctuary map just to give it a shot. I will not run seasons or precision farming on it. I'll just do straight out of the box farming sim. And then with a few tractor mods, because I would just like to try it and see. But it all depends on if Hof Bergmann is now broken. Okay. Get this mode. And I may just head this into hay bales or something. I'm not sure yet. We'll see. Because I think I have quite a bit of hay still in my hay barn, which was 60-some thousand last time I looked at it. It was like 61,000 or something. So I really don't need this much hay. I thought I would, because I didn't realize that the pasture cows would also need TMR to make them 100% health. So yeah, I thought I could just feed them hay or whatever and they'd be good to go. But I think I'll be turning both of these fields into arable, or leave this field as grass and then turn the big one into an arable field. Not sure. I'll figure it out as I play. Since I can't afford to do any of the big productions like the brewery or, you know, winery or anything like that, I'm going to have to just keep playing here and see what I can do. A bit frustrating, to be honest. I had hoped to stream this last weekend, but life didn't work out that way, so I didn't get a chance to stream. And plus, in my off time, I'm trying to teach myself how to do computer programming, starting with HTML, just for a simpler version of things to do. And it's going pretty good. I'm understanding most of it. But working on that, trying to help take care of my elderly mother, trying to find a decent job. I've got a job, but it's not paying like I want it to. So trying to find another job. I got all kinds of fun stuff going on. And plus, I don't generally like a lot of the people at my job. I'm very frustrated with them at the moment. I think that's the name of the game, though, when you're an adult and you're out working at jobs. Unless you have a career that you absolutely love, you're going to have some frustrations with it. Forget who I was watching. New guy that just popped up on my YouTube feed doing farm sim, and he was the one that was doing the underwater sanctuary map, and he was just almost literally screaming into his microphone the whole time and talking so fast you couldn't understand what he was saying, and blah blah blah. I was like, how is this fun to listen to? I can't compute those people that talk so fast and get so excited they're just about screaming into their microphones and blah blah blah. It's like, no, just do your thing. People will like you for who you are. If you're gonna, you know, I mean, it may be that they're that kind of person, you know, like a high intensity person, and so be it. If people are that way, I have no problem against it, except for I get tired simply listening to them. And yeah, took another look at 7 Days to Die again, and I just can't get back into that game. I've tried so many times since they came out with 1.0, and I just can't get into it. Just like when they hit 1.0, they flipped a switch and my brain said, nah, I'm good. And I know a lot of people on my channel subscribe because of 7 Days to Die, and I'm just not worried about it. If I was hunting the almighty dollar on YouTube, which I don't know if a lot of people know this on YouTube, when you become a YouTube partner and become monetized, YouTube takes 50% of your earnings, or server maintenance and platform and all that good stuff, like administrative fees. And I'm not willing to do that. So Twitch, I think, is only like 30%. So it's a lot better, but still, I mean, I just don't find it worth my time and effort to have a paying channel because of that fact. And the way YouTube has treated several large YouTubers that are no longer YouTubing because of YouTube's policies. I'm doing it simply because it's what I know. I could do Twitch, but I don't like the idea of my VODs not being saved on Twitch for more than 7 days. I know there's settings you can change that do that, but Alright, do I want to mow the other big field? I think I'll just start a worker on it. Get him mowing, and I'll go get the little one with the that. We'll make it into hay this time, and then I'll probably keep some of it and just sell the rest. And then look at doing both of or one of these two fields into a different crop. But I spent a couple hours looking through the mod hub the other day, and there's a lot of mods I would like to try that are production mods. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. All right, giddy up, go. Okay, there's working. Let them go on that. We'll go get the dude's far and do that. There's a lot of them I would like to try, like the Dalhut T mod. I would like to try that one and actually try it for sure and get it going and get it working like I would like to do. So I might do a test map on that and see. And I had an idea for a map, doing like a horse rescue, where you bring in colts and bring them up to full health and then sell them. And I started doing a recorded series there that I had not released, and it just didn't work the way I wanted it to. So again, I had all kinds of problems with the pens not working together, everything not working like it should. Nothing would be ridden. The horse helper mods were not working like they should, and I just couldn't figure it all out. I was like, So I still want to do that someday, but it'll be on a map that I just start with like $10 million and do whatever. Start with the map already set up to do horses. Okay. Wait, this is a windrower. I want to do tedder first. Let's drop this and do... I'm going to lease a tedder so I can TED the product. I think all I have is a windrower. Yep. Okay. Nothing on sales. The big brother to my Dutzfar is on sale, but that's not something I want right now. Tedders. We're gonna go with 8.2, 8.9. We're just gonna lease one, so I'm not too worried about it. Yes. And go. Alright, so let's go lease it. But there's a lot of different mods I would like to try. Not so much the little tractor mods and stuff that I have, which I am going to continue to use mostly on my own series. Simply for the fact that some work, some don't. Some you can test them and they work great. You test them with a different mod and it messes up, and there's just lots of different things. And I'm weeding out all of my little tractors that I never use, that I have all this little equipment. And I love it when you're trying to do a series where, you know, you want to do vintage small stuff, but I tend to get carried away when I select equipment, and I end up with like 500 mods. It's silly. So I need to start paring down my collection a little bit. Alright, let's get this tedded so it's hay, and then we'll look at doing some other items. And I think when I go over this clover, it turns it all into hay. I don't think it does a separate, like, clover hay. At least I don't think so. Let me look if it does. It's crop type harvested. It does not say if it's hay or whatever. So we'll just do it. But yeah, I'm thinking about doing, there's a supermarket production mod where you grow things in the greenhouses and you sell them to the supermarkets. There's also a city production mod, which is you own a restaurant like, say, Pizza Hut or fast food or Asian foods or whatever, and then whatever you provide from your greenhouses to that production is what you get paid for, and it's what they actually have on their menu. It's actually done very, very well. I've tried it once before, but it was just one of those things where I got overwhelmed because I tried to do too many products at once. So I had like 10 greenhouses all doing different products, and it was just too much. I couldn't keep up with the productions. And with some of them, you need milk, and you need cheese, you need peppers, you need olives, you need everything under the sun to get some of these going. It's a cool concept, but there's way too many items. Let's see, what else was I thinking about doing? I know there's a post office mod out there too, where you can run, like, deliver post office stuff to people's mailboxes that you place around the map. That's just hinky, because it produces like hundreds of thousands of units of mail, and it really makes it difficult to work with it. It functions kind of like a tipper, where it produces it, you load it in, and then you deliver it to all the different mailboxes, and it's just kind of odd, but some people might find it really cool. But for the most part, I want to try some of the production mods and see. And I might start up just a generic map, not Sri Lanka or any of those, but something generic that I can work from, and, you know, run greenhouses, that sort of thing. One map I would really like to try is Rancho Fondo. It's a South American map, and it's so hilly that you need a fairly large tractor to start with, and that's where you can't do like a rags to riches and that kind of thing unless you start with a very big tractor. this Dutes bar that is currently in the shop on sale is the smallest you can go, 230 horsepower. Otherwise, you cannot make it up the hills in the map. So, and the hills and the fields themselves are very hilly, crooked, and stuff. But I'd like to do a South American map one of these days. I'm not a big fan of... Come on, get off. I don't want you started. I don't want to do BR163 because everybody does BR163 as a South American map. But I would like to do Cotton for a change. I'd like to do a lot of those kind of maps. A lot of crops that I don't necessarily normally do. Fire the worker, get that started, drop it down. I'm having key problems today. I can't hit the right combination. But no, I would really like to try some of those other things out there. And mostly productions, like I said. I'm not too much of an arable farmer where you plant seed, or you seed, harvest, sell, seed, harvest, sell. I'm not that kind of player. I did for a while, and I just got bored with it. And yeah, there. I'm going to take a look at the maps again this afternoon and see what I can find. Like I said, I do want to try the underwater sanctuary. Very cool concept, but it could be a very expensive process of draining the water, because it's $1,000 per minute, if I remember reading correctly. $1,000 per minute, and it takes an average of like an hour to drain to the next stage. And there's like 5 stages, 6 stages of different drainage you have to do to unlock fields and different things. So I don't know, I need to watch somebody play a little more of that before I invest in a YouTube series on it. I was hoping this one would go for a while and I wouldn't have problems with it, but I think that's my own problem because I shut off seasons. So, one of those things. But we'll get this hay done, and we will get it. I might rent a baler and bale it up just because I want to sell it. It'll be easier to sell in baled form. And I might actually just stuff it in my bale storage and keep it. I don't know what I want to do with it. As you know, I never make a plan ahead of time. One thing I cannot understand is people's fascination with $0 starts. And you do they'd either do wood or grass until they get like hundreds of thousands of dollars, and then they buy the biggest, fastest equipment, and people are just eating those series alive, and I just don't understand them. You know, for the first 2 or 3 episodes, it's all, let's mow grass until we make $100,000. No, not my kind of gameplay. But YouTube videos and stuff just get eaten alive by people watching them. They absolutely go nuts over them. Maybe someday I'll figure out the master list. Alright, so we're done tedding that field. I'm going to keep the tedder, because I'm going to need to ted the other grass field that the dude is mowing up here. So I'm going to make all of this into hay. And I'm probably going to lease a baler. This field's going to take a while to mow, so I'm just going to drop this right here and come back. I don't know what he's doing. He's mowing exactly where he mowed before. Oh no, he's mowing just a little tiny strip there. Whatever. We'll go do our windrowing. And maybe throw a couple contracts in here too. I'm a little downtrodden today because I would love to get the horses going, but I don't want to borrow $150,000 or $200,000 just to get them started and then try to work that off. Just not in a mood to do that. Yep. But when I get done with the stream, I'm gonna do the reset the shaders cache and all that stuff and see if that will maybe kick my triggers into working mode. Restart the game, completely restart the game all the way from Steam. Try that and see if that works. I don't know exactly what's causing that. I'll have to look at my error log and see if there's anything I can figure out that it's tossing errors. Not quite sure what happened. Only thing I can think of is the seasons change. So, but anyway, we'll do whatever I have to do. But if there's a map you guys want me to play on, I'll definitely give it a shot. Can't guarantee I'll like it, but I'll give it a shot. Actually, what I might do is see if the latest version of the Ricci maps are out. But Ricci maps, you need to start with like $10 million just to get started, because they are production maps that are like in the hundreds of thousands of units of stuff that get harvested. So they're very, very, very big harvesting maps. He doesn't do 16x maps anymore, which is nice, but the 4x maps are still huge numbers on them. That's Old Man 102 is maker of those maps. Alright, let's get this done. Excuse me. Let's see. Get this done. Actually, I'm going to speed this up just a little bit so I can get more done. Because since I have such limited time to stream some days, I'm going to try and speed this up so I get something done actually. Okay, and just about done with this. Then we'll rent the baler. And since this isn't going to be a huge amount of grass or a huge amount of bales, I'm just going to use my little tiny auto-load trailer to get the bales picked up. Probably rent a Vicon fast bale so I can just get the baling done without having to stop. I would love to purchase one, but again, dollars. If you guys wouldn't mind, I might try and just bring in some extra money and buy the brewery so you guys can see how it's done, that sort of thing, because it's going to take me a long time to make $1.4 million. So, not something I want to do, but this is going to be just like repetitive mowing, grass, combining, and I don't know about you, but I'd be bored silly watching me, so I might do that just to get enough to buy it, or cheat in enough to buy it, because just the payments alone on a loan that size would bankrupt me in a few months. We'll see. Alright, so we've got a nice little bunch of stuff to make into bales here. And I would really, really like to get the I forgot lost my written train of thought. I'd really like to get the horses going, I think is what I was gonna say. But at 147,000 just to buy the facility, yeah, I could maybe swing a loan on that. But I need income on here really bad, other than the butchery and smoked fish, because that's not going to pay for much. So we're going to take this over to the grass field also, because we're going to need it over there. And now that he's got the little bits picked up that he wanted, he's doing pretty good on this. We'll let him do that later. We're gonna go get off of there, find ourselves a baler, and do the baling. Then we'll let the worker take care of that big field. I need to get a few more piglets again too if I'm gonna keep the animals running on here. But I'm gonna wait until I figure out if the game is broken, if the triggers are broken and stuff, because that's just gonna be a nightmare if it is, trying to do everything without triggers. Yeah, I'm looking for baler, and it spawned up here, so let's stay here. And ooh, there's a crone. Big as bales does that make? That makes 180s. How much is it to lease the Vicon? I really don't want to spend $30,000 on a baler right now. Baler. How much is it to lease a straight baler? Lizard Ultimate. Damn, that thing's big. And I don't have the horsepower to do it, so I'm gonna have to go with round baler. Where's the fast bale? Fast bale, 110,000. If we lease it, 5,000. Okay, we'll lease the fast bale. It'll make life easier. Okay, now where did you put this one? This one must be down here. Okay. Let's see. Get this up here. And do that. Alright, let's go get some bales made. And once I get a chance to look at the game and see if it is indeed broken or if it's working or whatever, I'll post it in the comments on this video and tell you if I'm going to keep going on this map or not. I do want to keep going if I can get it to fix, because I don't feel I've given Hof Bergmann a fair chance yet. So just the fact that I got to make sure the game's not broken, or the map's not broken now that I switched over. But we'll just keep working at it. And actually, let me check my log error real quick here. Hang on one second. Oh, wrong button. Log viewer. Just a bunch of warnings by the look of it. And nothing that's going to be game breaking. So I'm guessing it's going to need to be completely restarted from scratch from Steam and then redo it. So I'll try that after I finish the stream and see if it works. And then I'll leave you guys a message if I'm going to be doing that. Or I'll be doing a new series, one of the two. We'll see. But to get the map back to this stage to start a fresh copy of Hof Bergmann would be almost a nightmare to get it all set up again. Okay, I gotta... Oh, it's missing some. Alright, we'll come back and get that. Because I'm going too fast in my downhill roll here. Yeah, so that's the plan. I had thought about doing Planet Crafter also on my channel. Toxicity, the newest version of it. But again, it's finding time to do all the streaming while I'm doing active job searches and stuff. It's very hard to find all the time. That and I just get burned out gaming. Sometimes I gotta walk away and take a day or so before, in between games. But yeah, we'll figure something out. Alright, I'm gonna go every other row just to keep rolling here in between the bales, so I don't have to stop and back up and go forward and back up. And I'll have to move my equipment out of the bale storage. So I'm hoping that my game isn't broken. I'm really hoping it's not. Because other than the graphicness of the butchery, I'm having fun with this map. But what I will do is possibly do the loan for something. Maybe the horse breeding or something, and then just buy and sell horses after they're grown up or something to get some extra money. I don't quite know. Running the butchery and stuff is where you make the good money, but again, I don't know. We'll see. I'm not gonna guess what I'm gonna do because I won't know until the moment I do it. Okay, so we're getting a decent haul of bales off this little field. That's not bad at all. Don't think I'll need very many more with that gigantic field being bales also. Whoa, 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 slow down. Okay, it's 24. 24 is going to be pretty fast. We'll slow that down a little bit here. Go to 16, and I'm missing stuff because I'm messing with my cruise speed without stopping. Come back and get all those little bits in a second. Then I gotta go hunt down my bale trailer. I think it's tucked in the bale storage area. That's where I think that is. And we'll do auto load bales. I could do fork work, but you guys laugh yourself silly at that because I'm horrible at running the forks. So, I'm not sure. Let me look at something really quick. I think I have a little bit of wheat in storage. I have straw in storage, which I need. Wheat. I have 21,000 wheat, and that's not a very good seller this time of year. December's the big one. So this is why I don't like the default selling times of the year that Giants puts out, because everything sells high in December. And it's just, yeah. I like it when guys make their own custom selling structure, which the more I think about it, I think if this map is broken, I'm going to do a Ricci map. Maybe. I don't know what I want to do. There's so much stuff I would like to do. I could do 24/7 streams and go crazy trying to get them all done, but there's a lot of stuff I'd like to do with this map, or with this game, but I don't want to get burned out either. So lots and lots of stuff you can do. Alright, let's pick up those little bits and pieces, then we'll go get the other trailer. And get that done. Alright, baling. And I'm not a conventional baler where I go straight rows. Never have been, never will be. Now, word of warning, if I do a Ricci map, I'm going to be using unrealistic, like the Colossus unrealistic and the unrealistic trailers I have and things like that, because from the little bit I've used it, you have to have something with a lot of storage space in the vehicles, and the fields are large enough you have to have the big headers and things, because otherwise I would bore you guys to tears doing a field of that size with a conventional 40-foot header. I wouldn't get anything done. Alright, so we're going to hook up with a tedder. He's just about done mowing, so we're going to get the tedder on here. And again, I'm going to do the worker, because I think I'm going to end the stream here. And actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to go pick up those bales. I told you I was going to pick up the bales. I'm going to do that first. Yeah, and then I might make a decision on the horse farm. It would be really nice to have a little more stuff going on the farm than the little bit we have. And I might do it just to have the extra money coming in for horses, because they're easy to take care of if you use horse helper, where it does the riding for you and the cleaning. Super easy to take care of. I don't know how many horses can be used in that pen, though. I need my trailer back down here. So I might just borrow the money to get that, so I don't bankrupt myself trying to do it. Yep, my trailer's behind the scooper. Or the... yeah, forage pickup doohickey. It's behind that. We're just gonna park this over here in the bushes with everything else. Oops, wrong button. Alright, now I gotta get a hold of the trailer, which I might have to do some fancy backing to get to, since I see it's crooked. Evidently, I came in there and crashed into it one time or another. There we go. I really like this little dude's far. It's a cool little tractor. I also like the Case C-Series, I think it's called. Little modern tractor that has the front loader and everything on it. I really like that tractor too. And if I remember right, it's Shift R to get that started. This may take a while, because I think it only puts like 6 bales at a time on this wagon. Oh, come on. Don't do that. Please don't. You have to hit Shift R every time. That's weird. Another thing I might have broke. I don't know. Okay, this is going to take forever. 2 bales at a time. Awesome! Maybe I'll lease a bigger trailer, since I know I'm going to have a boatload of bales off that other field. Yep. I think that's going to be a plan, because this is going to take forever, 2 bales at a time. Everything's out of that area right now, so let's take these and put them in here. And do I just do that? I do. Alright, so let's lease a bigger trailer, because like I said, the other field is going to produce a ton of bales. So I'm going to have to get that going. I don't want you in the middle of the trees though over there, because I will forget where you're at. Pull you forward enough I can see you. Alright, so what auto-load bale trailers do I have? Could use one of these guys here, but they're really expensive. Just to lease one of these. Lease. 2,500 is not bad. We'll do that. Hemorrhaging money in this episode, like I always do. I don't even know if I have enough oomph in this tractor to pull this thing. We'll find out. Since it's pretty flat land, I should be okay. If not, I'll get the Fiat Agri and load her up. Alright, let's get these bales picked up. Okay, unfold. Or is it operating position? What's your button? What button? See, here's another thing where that stop refilling is causing problems. Unfold. No, no, no. There we go. Get the right button. What I should do is get my tablet set up so I could do the button box on the tablet, so I don't have to keep hunting for controls. But I'm so used to using the controller that it's very hard to do that sort of thing. It would take me a long time to get used to it. I'm beginning to think this tractor's not going to have the oomph I need once this trailer is full to pull it. We'll find out, I guess. Okay, come on, push it back. There you go. So we got a decent little amount of bales off this field. Nice. And if I could feed the beef cows just hay, I'd be golden. I'm not sure. Do the beef cows require TMR, or is it silage or hay is 80%? Grass is 40, 85. Yeah, see the TMR bales, he's got it worded different there. I'm not sure how he works it on this map. I could easily make TMR bales though. It would take a while to make TMR, but I could easily do TMR bales. It would involve mixing it, dumping it on the ground, using the baler, and that sort of thing, so it would be a process, but it might be an option. Or I could put down a temporary feed mixer so I can do bulk mixing of the feed. I don't know, we'll see. All depends on if the map is broke. Okay, one more bale and we'll be full. Of course, I'm going to have 3 bales left over. Actually, I might fit them on here. Is that 87%? I think this one holds 24, I want to say. Nice, we'll get them all off this field. I like that. So we got 26 bales total off this field. That's a pretty good average. Alright, so fold it up. And what's my control group? Come on. Give me my control group, thank you. I want to fold you up. B. There we go. Alright, so we got a nice chunk off of there. I bet you the big field's going to give me probably 3 times this many, if not more. I'm going to do a big turn here so I can get in without crashing into the gate. Put into storage. I really like these Anderson trailers, but they're very expensive. Let's see. Open, operating, unload bales is what I want. Let's see if we can unload them right onto the trigger. There we go. Nice. Perfect. Alright, so we'll take this down to the field where the big grass field is and get that. I need to get you folded back up before I try to go through the gate, or I'm never going to fit. And I need to look and see what's triggering this refill bucket refillable. I don't know what that is triggering it, but something is giving me a F1 command of refill bucket. I'm not sure. Oops, nope, wrong way. I'm not sure what's doing that. But I'm not getting any catastrophic errors on the error log, so I'm not sure what's causing it. Okay, there we go. Bring this up to the big field. And then, like I said, I'm going to start a worker on the tedding. Probably run workers all the way through windrowing, and then I'll take over when it comes to the baling time. Because I got a few things I want to do this afternoon, but I want to see if this map is broken or not. I need to get that figured out. Alright, we're going to park this right here. Unhook. And I think the mower is done. He's way up in the corner there somewhere. But if I get this done, I could just as well plow this field under, because this is a huge field of grass, and I won't need any grass for a long time. And once I get the barley fields done, they won't need any more straw either, so I'll be set. And we're going to go in circles until the AI worker figures out the spot he wants to start. Gets lined up. And then with that, guys, I think I'm going to end the stream. I apologize for the frustration earlier with the apple orchard. I'll get that figured out. The butchery is just too graphic to show, so if I run it, it's going to be with the door closed, and then I'll just go in and pick up the meat after the graphic part is over. I might just do straight selling of animals. I'm not 100% sure. I would like to see what kind of money I could make off of it. But first thing I have to determine is if the game is broke or not. Or I should say the map is broke, now that I've changed things. So that's the first thing I'll determine, and I'll leave you guys a message on YouTube if it is, and then I'll decide what map to play on from there. And it might be the Underwater Sanctuary. I'm not sure. I don't know if I have it in me to figure out a new map like that, but we'll see. And if not, it might be Ricci. Ricci Valley, Ricci Mountain, and is it Ricci Swamp are the 3 he's got out for the year, I think? I don't remember, but you have to get them off his Trello boards, Old Man 102's Trello boards. So I might have to download some more stuff. But anyway, you guys stay happy and healthy, and I will catch you later in the next one. Bye, guys.